made people up that didn't exist and tried to say, oh, they took her. Then when the police pressed further, they found out these people did not exist. Casey did not work where she said that she worked, and everything she was saying was a lie. However, the police knowing that she's a liar, that really doesn't help us with the forensic evidence, right? What mother doesn't call the police for 31 days after their child goes missing? It was a media firestorm. So the case happens, and Casey gets this honestly badass lawyer. It was Jose Baez. He was a really good attorney. I actually think there's a video of it up on my channel. Jose just went in pretty deep to defend Casey, and she was found not guilty. Like I said, I'm giving you the quickest summary of this for you guys that don't know. Actually, let's take a look at Casey's video really quick, and then afterwards, I want to show you a little recap of her recent documentary that came out, as well as just drop some of the forensic evidence on you. The forensic evidence is crazy. I need assistance. I need assistance. Someone said Jose Baez is good, but on the wrong side of the law. The man is on the side of cash, probably.
Today is Saturday, March 1st, 2025. This is my first of probably many recordings on a series that I'm starting. I am a legal advocate. I am a researcher. I've been in the legal field since 2011. And in this capacity, I feel that it's necessary, if I'm going to continue to operate appropriately as a legal advocate, that I start to advocate for myself and also advocate for my daughter.
Love that Casey said advocate for herself first, and then Kaylee was an afterthought. It's all right there. It is so hard to not be infuriated by this case.
For those of you who don't know, my name is Casey Anthony. My daughter is Kaylee Anthony. My parents are George and Cindy Anthony. This is not about them. This is not in response to anything that they have said or done. That's not.
And it's funny too that she just kind of like skates by, like, by the way, this isn't about George, my dad, or my mom, who, by the way, she also tried to blame her dad for killing Kaylee. So first it was Zanny the nanny, who didn't exist. And then it was, actually, this other guy did it. And then it was, well, actually, my dad did it. She literally blamed her father for the death of his grandchild. And she just wants to glaze over that. And also, mind you, George found out that Casey was going to blame him for this case and also say a couple of other things about him the first day in the courtroom. He walked out and he completely cut his relationship off with Casey after that. That is exactly how I would react if I was not involved and I just wanted my granddaughter back. But let us continue.
Not to say that I'm not going to respond at some point to some of the things that they have said and done.
No.
The whole point of this is for me to begin to reintroduce myself. I'm doing this both personally for me, but in a professional capacity. Moving forward, the majority of what you will see will be me speaking in a professional capacity. My goal is to continue to help give a voice to people, to give people tools and resources that they can utilize so they actually know where they can turn to.
So just to be super clear here, Casey Anthony is starting a Substack. A Substack is like a membership platform where she can just kind of write these blogs, guidelines, paid members, I think, can like access her. And also, I just want to remind you guys really, really, really quick, guys, here as a bozo in the bozo community, we do not send hate. Okay, we do not go out and seek these things. We do not, try to solve crimes or play detective. What do we do here? Graceful side eye, and then back to whatever you were doing, right? We don't go further. Everyone clear on that? Graceful side eye. But what Casey is doing is she's selling these memberships to try to give, quote, legal advice. And let's be real, Casey's business is how to get away with it. She's gonna have business. They want to know what she knows. And like, it's so interesting because I think that out of her group of supporters, 50% of them are going to think she didn't do it, but then 50% of them are going to be like, yo, I think you got away with it, and I want to know how you did it. That's Casey Anthony's fan base, okay? I don't see a part C or a part D. That is her fan base, okay?
Please join me on Substack. If you have questions, I will set up an email address where we can correspond directly. Up until this point, that has never happened. and it's only going to be on a limited basis regarding legal issues, legal matters.
Absolutely guarantee you, Casey Anthony will not be having one-on-one conversations with anybody. There's a lot of membership services like this where the messengers are employed and they're basically taught to write like the person. I think there's going to be people that think that they're talking directly to Casey, but it's probably going to be somebody that she employed.
One of the main reasons that I'm doing this, there are people close to me who have been targeted and attacked recently. There are also people close to me who have had some recent things occur, and when necessary, people needed to step up, myself included. So as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community.
Hold on, Casey, say that again.
As a proponent for the LGBTQ community, as a proponent for the LGBTQ community, for our legal community, women's rights.
Hey, we don't need you. We're good. We got it. We got, like, you know, we can always use an extra hand, but I feel like this one might tip the scale. So, you know, LGBTQ community, like, we're good. Casey, you go do your thing. Women's rights, we're good. Like, I actually think Casey would have a better chance of having a larger fan base, but the thing is, the moms know better. And this was a case about a child. And whether people believe that Casey Anthony did it or not, because she was acquitted of murder, there's going to be a lot of moms that will not forget that she did not call the police when her child hadn't been seen for weeks. And that sticks with you. If you're a parent, it sticks with you.
I use this platform that was thrust upon me and now look at it as a blessing as opposed to the curse that it has been since 2008. With that, these aren't going to be perfect. They're not going to be edited. Most of the time, they're not going to be short. But I am proverbially standing in the light, embracing this piece, still going to keep my privacy intact. So you will get very comfortable with my car. I will explain in great detail why it's so important for people to protect their privacy.
Does anyone remember the last time that Kaylee got mentioned? I feel like the 2 times that Kaylee got mentioned, it was an afterthought each time. It was like I should say this too.
It's important to public figures. It's even more important to private individuals. And with the current climate in our country, especially, it's that much more important, which is why I am utilizing the Substack platform. Yes, I am advertising this and publishing this on TikTok, possibly also through other meta platforms, but my intention is to separate from that.
Now, I know that there's going to be a handful of people that are not fully familiar with Casey Anthony's case. And after seeing that video, I think a lot of you can understand why some people would be like, I want to hear what she has to say. She seems like a nice lady. Girl, it's called the halo effect. Okay, that's what it's called. It's the fact that she's right in front of you. You may not be up to date on the case. Maybe you don't have object permanence, and she's pretty. Okay, I talk about this shit all the time. However, there's a couple people that are pretty up to date on the case, and they are absolutely not fooled. And these are the commenters. Casey turned her comments off when she put that video up, but here's what some people had to say. This person just said, "Turn your comments on, Casey." This person said, she came here to make money. Don't fall for it. Yes, she did. She did. She came here to make money off her legal case, aka the death of her child. This person said, shouldn't she be focusing on finding the real killer of her daughter? Yes. Wouldn't you be talking about that? Why is it about legal advocacy and not forensic advocacy? Bro, yes. Next one. Being on trial for murdering your child does not constitute as being in the legal field. Holy fuck, dude. Someone said, being in the legal field, been on trial for murdering my daughter. Same thing. Oh my God. Do you guys want more comments? 31 days. Kaylee wasn't reported missing for 31 days. Casey Anthony rebranding herself as a legal advocate is like Jeffrey Dahmer opening up a steakhouse. Okay, folks, let's do our thing and start a petition to keep Casey Anthony off TikTok. Someone else said, the world has not forgotten. Casey Anthony is 100% guilty. I find that generally the fans of people that a lot of people consider possibly bad are usually people that would do the same exact thing that this person they're a fan of did. Okay? Like think about it compared to like other situations or creators or something where you're like, why does this fandom exist? That's why. Your audience is usually somewhat of a reflection of like who you are, you know? Like you guys are here right now. I'm a sad girl. And I can almost bet 75% of you are probably also sad girls. See, that's how it works. Your audience is like an extension of you. So the Casey Anthony